Good morning and welcome to the ESI Africa studio. With us, we are chatting to Soumya Banerjee, who is the Principal Investment Officer for International Finance Corporation. And we also have Iwasuke Shimada, who is the Managing Director of Toshiba Africa. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you very much.
I think if we can just start off by discussing the generation landscape in Africa over the next 5 to 10 years. It is changing quite radically.
Yeah.
Soumya, if I can start with you, what do you believe we will see in the next 5 to 10 years in terms of the increase in renewable energy possibly and distributed generation?
Thanks. So in Africa, if you see the generation landscape, particularly relevant for generation is that there is not a lot of transmission infrastructure in large parts of Africa. So I think in the larger context, with the price of renewables coming down, we'll see more and more movement towards probably distributed generation, which will be generated and consumed at the source where the power is needed. And the price of solar decreasing is going to be a big force towards that. At the same time, centralized generation will stay, and more investments in transmission distribution will be necessary, but there will definitely be a shift towards more and more distributed generation.
Absolutely, and I think, as you say, we do need to have that investment in infrastructure as well, where I think we've seen some gaps up until now. If I can just chat to you, Iwasuke, you are obviously focused very much on the sub-Saharan African region.
Yes.
I'm keen to understand what are some of the global trends that you are seeing that's influencing the sub-Saharan landscape in power at the moment?
Okay, so we consider one of the digitalization to shift to this region also. So especially proceed for the install some for product, for even generation product.
Yes.
So this IoT issue will be one of the key future for the in the future. So also Toshiba will be provide to some supporting for this IoT solutions for generation side also. And another thing is for one of the shift to the renewable energy to for after 5 years. So this is a trend. And also for Toshiba, one is for geothermal, especially East Africa area. So we're gonna provide to this issue. Especially we're gonna some country like Ethiopia, Uganda, Djibouti, or Tanzania, and recently we're gonna take the MOU with them. And this one is one of the technical collaboration and capacity building.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Iwasuke, that's actually very interesting that you also mentioned geothermal, and I think, you know, in terms of the energy mix, we're going to see some change in Africa as a whole. Soumya, just your final thoughts. Iwasuke mentioned digitalization. Are we ready as a continent and perhaps as a country?
So digitalization has got a very large context. So I think we are doing a lot of that already. Because you have smart meters, you have control systems, you have movement towards combining all utilities into one meter. A lot of this will probably happen first in the larger economies, probably more in places like South Africa, maybe in Kenya, and some of the larger economies. But certainly there is a potential, especially with technology, that some of the poorer parts of the continent can leapfrog some of the developments and get there quicker. But it will take time. It will take time, and but I'm pretty sure that we will see a confluence of all these technologies going forward.
Absolutely. Gentlemen, I'm afraid that's all we have time for.
Okay.
But I'd like to thank you both for joining us and wish you all the best for the upcoming projects.
Yes.
Thank you so much for watching. My name is Pamela Larg, Senior Writer for ESI Africa, reporting from African Utility Week.